Hello friends, and welcome to the December 2016 State of the Channel. Stay tuned for some analytics. Well, here we are again. This is something that I do at the end of every season, kind of going over as a recap the highlights analytically of the channel for the last 3 months. So last reporting date was September 22nd, and these numbers are as of December 23rd. So, subscribers, we went from 1235 to 1974. That's an increase in 739 subscribers. Now that's good. As of the new year, I'm going to hit 2,000 pretty much right on January 1st, plus or minus 2 or 3 days, which is fine. I'm a little disappointed personally. I was hoping to at least be over 2,000 by the winter solstice, and I had this lofty, unrealistic goal of hitting 2,500 by that time. I'll hit that by the next state of the channel, I'm confident, but a little disappointed in myself. I'm thinking that the 2017 box building collaboration is definitely going to send my subscriber numbers moving forward at a faster rate, because I'll be working with different content creators who have a comparable amount of subscribers to myself. Some a little bit more, some a little bit less, but there's not a whole lot of overlap. There are some overlapping subscribers, but I don't think it's the entire audience. So that'll definitely be of good benefit. Total view count, big change there. It went from 53,000 to 119,000. That's a growth of 66,000, so more than doubled. And that was being led by several videos that have kind of, gotten off the ground and started running. Which we'll talk about in a second. The most popular video at the end of summer was the collapsible portable table video, and that had 3,016 views. And right now the most popular video is the how to build a clamping jig with 14,410 views. And that was a video that was put out not too long ago. And it was in the last season, so not in fall. It was in summer when I made it because it's got the green borders. Have you noticed that you can trace the season by the color border of my thumbnail photos? Take a look and see for yourselves. Anyways, that one really is going well, so that's driving a lot of traffic to the site. So if you've come over from the clamping jig video, welcome. Glad to have you. Top 3 videos this season include number 3, the collapsible portable table. Number 2, the doweling jig, part of the Jigs and Sled series. And then number 1, the clamping jig, as we just talked about. Lifetime revenue at the end of the last state of the channel, I said I wasn't going to talk about it once it hit $100, and it definitely has. And it's really increased at an exponential rate. Granted, my exponential numbers are meaning I'm making on average like $1.70 or something a day now, which is great. That correlation almost ties directly into the change in my view duration minutes. And you'll see a picture of that at the end of this video if you're interested. You hit these levels, like your average views go like this, and then you do something, and then they go up like this, and then you do something else, and they do this. And I had 4 distinct ones over my whole lifetime, which we'll talk about at the end of this. Anyways, so yay for AdSense revenue. Gender hasn't changed a whole lot. At the end of summer, it was 84% male, and viewer demographics, 66% United States, 7.2 United Kingdom, 6.1 Canada, 2.3 Australia, and 2.1 Germany. And now I'm at 86% male, so a 2% growth in male viewership. I'm not surprised about. Male viewers tend to watch male channels, or channels that have a male host, I've come to learn and understand. Also, I suppose the maker community is heavily dominated by males, but not the gardening community. But I haven't really played up the gardening aspect of my channel. I almost stopped entirely in the fall. I just had 1 garden tour, or maybe 2, but that's okay. Got some great ideas planned for next year, which you'll just have to hear about probably next week or the week after that. Let's see. Now, demographics have changed. It went from 66 United States down to 56 United States. 6.7% UK, so that went down just a little bit. 5.5% Canada, down just a little bit. 2.3% Germany, went up to 0.2%. And then 2.3% Australia, that stayed the same. All right, now we're going to leave you, or not going to leave you, my beautiful face is going to leave you for some images. So we begin here with a 90-day look at my total views. And you see in the top right corner there, it says in the green, plus 96%. So that's terrific. There's a little bit of a blip there around November, and I'll talk about that when we look for the whole year. But I'm very pleased with it for two particular reasons. One, that it's gone up, but two, it's gone up and I have put out 2/3 as many videos this season as I did last season, because I pretty much dropped all Saturday videos in the season of fall. So then when we take a look at 1 year, you see a couple different things, and this is what I was talking about earlier. So the first spread of time is from the beginning of time till the middle of April. You saw that it was pretty much flatlined there. My average views were just barely 100, barely 50 even. And then your first spike in April. Now that was my first video on Home and Garden for Mere Mortals, and you saw the average after that hover around about 100 views a day, something like that, and it stayed like that all the way until September. Now you'll see another spike in September, and that was actually the composting video from Home and Garden for Mere Mortals, and that was special because it was a huge video, first off, as far as views go, but it was a two-parter, really. Steve built a compost bin on his channel, Woodworking for Mere Mortals, and then on HGMM I had the collaborative how to compost kind of video. And since then, when you have these big spikes, then the area underneath the curve or underneath those spikes tends to stay high. So it went up to another level where I was averaging, I would say, maybe 300 views or 350, 400 views a day until that little low peak there in November. You know what that was? That was the United States election. And I ended up not posting videos, I think, for like 2 weeks or 10 days or something like that, and lo and behold, yep, it definitely makes a difference. But then after that, I made a conscious decision to try and put out videos on a regular basis longer than 10 minutes. Now that was off of a hour-long video on YouTube I saw from Daryl Eves talking about things to do on your channel to increase growth and viewership and revenue, etc., etc. And that was one of the suggestions. And lo and behold, that's another peak up. Now my average views every day, I would say, are at about 750. So those are 4 different peaks based off of 4 different things. Moving on now to subscribers for the last 90 days, you can see it's kind of an average thing. That spike in the beginning of October, well, actually it's the end of September, and then the end of October, those are Home and Garden for Mere Mortals videos. And then the thing around the 20th of November as well, which was just a pathetic spike. I think it's just, I don't know if it's that my content sucks for gardening, or if it's just that time of year, or if it's the date and time that they're being posted. I was not pleased at the time when one was posted this summer at the exact start time of the Olympics. I think that really hindered the viewership of that and therefore my subscribers and other analytics. But I think my HGMM videos this season maybe have just been out of season. People haven't been Googling them. This could be just me, though. Maybe I'm being over analytical. But in December, for the first time ever, I never had a day where I had fewer than, I think the lowest point was 3 or 4 subscribers in a day, and I never had a 0 or negative day. My first month ever. Very pleased with that. Until subscribers for a whole year. I just laugh at this. April, May, June, July, you can clearly see these. Well, pretty much always you can see where my HGMM videos come. September, October, and November, I had 5 videos. I had a video every 2 weeks, so you can see multiple spikes, but then they go down, down, down. So I think people got sick of seeing my face and hearing about my topic. Then in watch time, 90 days, this is just so fun to me. This is in minutes. I mean, look at that peak there. That's about 4.5 thousand minutes in a day of people watching my videos. That's flabbergasting. And then over the course of the last year, instead of all time, that's a lot of minutes. I'm just flabbergasted. But you see here, this really is analogous to the total views. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 lines if you would take the aggregate underneath the curve, and you can really see
the change. Watch time in particular has been distinct after the November election, and honestly, that's because my average time of the videos has increased from about, you know, 3 to 6 minutes to over 10 minutes, and that, as you would expect, increases your overall watch time.
Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. While you're here, please be sure to subscribe to help with the rest of our goals as we move forward for the next 3 months towards the next stage of the channel. Patreon page if you'd like to contribute directly. Until next time, bye!